Hey vinyl community, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be a contest entry, and it's really more of a acknowledgement and a celebration for Aaron Mutha Alamare, who has recently surpassed 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Aaron. 1,000 subscribers is a tremendous feat, and sort of a giving back and acknowledgement of that. Kudos to you, Aaron. This is well deserved. You like my vinyl mug? My daughter's got me this for Christmas. One of these records is actually going to be seen in this video. Sorry, the artist, not the actual record. Anyways, Aaron wants people to do a response video where they're going to acknowledge artists or records that they have purchased based on the recommendations from other members in the vinyl community. And I really think this is a great thing to discuss and share with people. I believe that this is the shout-out's best and truest nature, where you can show something and give praise to somebody specifically for raising awareness to a particular album or an artist. I think it's terrific. To me, that's what the vinyl community is all about. So thank you for having this, Aaron. Without further ado, I'm simply just going to start. I've got 5 albums here, and of course these are going to acknowledge folks in the VC who have pointed the direction to me. So this first one here is by a band called Brahm. Brahm is actually a pseudonym name for a member in the band. It's a trio from the UK. This is their debut album, which was released in 1979. The name of the album is Strange Man, Changed Man. And this is new wave pop rock. And this particular record, I didn't seek this record from seeing it in the community. I give thanks and praise to Cosmic Brian from Cosmic Vinyl. He showed this record, I think, maybe a year or two ago. And I didn't make note to actually look for this particular record, but I did come across it probably a month or two after I had seen him show it on his channel. And he really spoke of it highly, and I took a chance because I think it was under $10. And I really enjoy this. I mean, each song is completely different from the next. And again, released in 1979. It's the first of 4. It's a UK trio. Here they are here on the back. I highly recommend this if you're into pop, new wave. Thank you, Brian. The second one is a band that I had never actually heard before until I saw it from Stunty at Stunt Rock Confusion. And folks that know Stunty, they know that he is very eclectic and diverse in what he listens to. Many things most people, I guess I speak for myself, haven't really heard of before. This is Autechre, and the album is called Amber. This is electronic. It was released in 1994. And Autechre is a electronic duo from the United Kingdom. And they've been around, I think, since the early 90s. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Stunty had said that they've released well over 100 records, I believe. One of his favorite acts, maybe his favorite act. Anyways, I've gotten to purchase a few of them. I think I had another one. This, I think, is the second last reissue. I have it set out here sort of in my 2 playlist. But this is signed. Some of you may recognize this cover. I think I now have 4 other records, but I'm not really, or I haven't really been a big electronic fan, but this one, and Stunty has admitted to me, he reached out talking about these guys, that this release, Amber, again from 1994, is probably one of the more common, sort of middle-of-the-road ones that doesn't really get into their experimental music that they do have in their vast catalog. But anyways, thanks again, Stunty. This is a double LP. It's a reissue, I believe, from 2016. But this is Autechre's Amber. Okay, the next one. This was Fred from Big Star 1000 showed this in one of his videos. Revolutions, I think, was a series that he does from time to time. It's been some time since Fred's actually done a video, but I love his channel. And this was a record that came up in one of his videos that I had never heard of before. The name of the album is Nocturnal Earthworm Stew, and it's by an artist named David Pritchard. And this is a 1976 release. David Pritchard's a Canadian. I believe he actually worked for Chum Radio in Toronto, maybe in Montreal as well, I'm not sure. But this, I mean, the title Nocturnal Earthworm Stew pretty much sums up what this is. This is electronic, abstract, industrial, experimental. I mean, it has it all. And, you know, some of the, I'll just kind of go through with some of the titles that are on here to kind of give you an indication as to what to expect. The Hairy Parchment Pieces, Yellow Stickers, An Admission of Guilt, Birth of Merlin, The Evil Ogre Interlude, Thunder Peal, Cats and Cabbage, Morning Splinters. And I mean, instruments galore on this thing. This is Island Records, again, released in 1976. And yeah, this was a recommendation from Fred Big Star 1000. And I found this record in a shop not too far from here. So happy to have added this to the collection. So thank you, Fred. Two more, folks. This one is a, I believe the name of the band is a band. It's actually an artist. The person's name is Martin Raphael, which the pseudonym, I guess, as an artist for released material is Ramesses. I think it's pronounced Ramesses. This was the only album that he did. This is psychedelic rock, and as of course the cover would allude, the backing members in this were actually 10cc, and this was the first and only album released by them. Again, it's psychedelic experimental rock. This is a German pressing that's on Vertigo, originally released in 1971. This is a 1979 reissue, considered, I guess, a cult album. The original release was a gatefold. This is not. I just zoom in here for the track names. This is excellent psych music if you can get a copy of this. And I learned about this album from the one and only Topper at Odd Box Topper. I think he has regarded this as one of his favorite albums or longtime records that he does have now, but he was on the hunt for a long time. And this really is an excellent album. Thank you, Topper. And the last one I have, this particular recommendation has probably been the biggest that stemmed kind of from recommendations from these particular VC members. And this particular album that I'm going to show today from the Jam is Setting Suns. And this is an album that they released in 1979. This, however, is a 1986 Japanese, as you can see, with the Obi reissue. Mod, punk. These guys, many people are familiar with the Jam, led, of course, by guitarist, songwriter Paul Weller. I was always familiar with the Jam, but I never really gave them a chance. And I'd like to give full credit and shout out to Rob Walker for getting me onto these guys. I think most people that are familiar with Rob in the vinyl community know how much of a fan he is of the Jam. And it's been, I can honestly say, Rob's constant persuasion of, I'm not even sure if these are in English. No, they're not. I was going to show you this, the track listing on there. But it's Rob's essentially persistence with these band and his love of this band that has led me to seek them out and really kind of give them a chance. I'd never really listened to them before. And just going back to my mug, you'll see there's a record there, The Blue Spine, The Jam Snap. That was actually the first album that I purchased from the Jam. That's a 2 LP compilation that I purchased. This was the first actual studio album I think it was the first one that I ended up purchasing. I think I have 3 or 4 of their studio records now. But this, I think, was the first. Coincidentally, Stepsons was the first charting album that the Jam had in the US. So, and this is probably the cleanest copies of the ones that I have, and it's a nice Japanese pressing with the obi. So, full kudos to Rob. Thank you very much for bringing the Jam to light for me. Again, thank you to all. I mean, this is only 5. There are many, many, many people in the VC who have contributed to purchases that I've made, and just new artists that have been brought to my attention. With these particular 5 though, for this video, I'll focus on them. I will link all of their channels in the description below. Please feel free to check them all out. They're all great channels, and they have recommendations, of course, for me that have led to just more purchases and a greater music to collect. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. Aaron, thank you for having this contest. Congratulations once again for 1,000 subscribers. It's a tremendous feat, and it's certainly well deserved. Until next time, bye for now.